Hello, everyone, and welcome to Claret and Booze. Oh, why is that doing that? Welcome to Claret and Booze. It looks exactly fucking like me. I don't know why you're all having a go. Look, I even got hands. All I said to it was, can you take my headphones out? AI Nick is sexy as fuck. I'm telling you. He's staying. That's going to be on every thumbnail now. Right, I don't know how to get rid of him. Should I just leave him on? How do I get rid of him? Hang on. Is that it? Hang on. It's the same thing. Look, there's no difference. No fucking difference whatsoever. None. Just the angle. That's all. See? Fucking digging me out. Right. West Ham 2, Burnley 0. We won again. 4 wins in 5. 4 wins in 5. I know QPR's in there as well, but that is momentum, people. It really is. And if you look at the teams above us, there's a lot of them because we're 18th. But the ones immediately above us, talking Forest, talking Leeds, talking Palace, talking Spurs. We're 3 points off Forest. We're 6 points off Leeds. We're 6 points off Palace. We're having a right old wobble. And then we're 6 points off Spurs, who, as expressions would say, just got put in a spliff again. Yes, they did. And they lost Romero. Got pumped 2-0 by Man United. We're coming for them. I'm telling you. We've got to continue this. We have got to beat a bigger team. It should have been Chelsea last week. Should have been. It's got to be fucking Man United on Tuesday night. I know they're in good form. I know Carrick's turned them round. I know they're looking good. Fuck Carrick. Fuck Man United. We've got to beat them. 4 wins in 5. Should have been 5 in 5, if not for soppy bollocks, Nuno. But look, anyway, if you are new to this channel and you either like me or AI Nick, please subscribe and don't forget, drop a like on the video. Give me a hype. It does really help us. Yeah, what was we all thinking before kickoff, people? Well, I'm going to go into the chat in a little bit. Daniel Cramper, I can't put your super chat up on the screen because it was before I opened the software and it's not there. So I can see it, but I can't see it, if that makes sense. What's this one here? Oh, no, I can. I'm talking shit. There you go. Daniel Cramper, thank you very much, mate. But yes, what were we thinking with the lineup? Because obviously there was a few surprises in there. I'll be open and honest with you now. I was not happy that the T-Rex was put in goal, Hermansen, even though he done well. He did well, Hermansen. I weren't happy before kickoff that he'd been put in goal. I'd be lying if I said I was. Diouf, I weren't happy that he was starting at left back because I don't think he performed very well against Chelsea, and every cross that came in from Chelsea came down east side. So I thought we're going to put Scholes in. So I moaned about him. Shows you what I know. What's a fucking cross that was? We'll talk about that in a bit. Obviously, Toddy came out. Our new signing, Dizazi. Axel, he ain't a disaster, is he? A fucking good player. He ain't played for a year. If that's what we're getting that quick, imagine the type of player that we're going to be getting once he's settled down, once he's feeling comfortable. And that was about it, wasn't it? In terms of the changes, we had so we had Hermansen in goal. No Hansen. He had hands today. We had Hansen in goal. We had Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the imperious Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back. We had Mavro, who's just becoming a bit of a hero for me now. I think he's fucking brilliant. Axel Dizazi at centre back. We had Diouf at left back. We had Souček and Fernandez in central midfield. We had Jimmy on the wing. We had Bowen on the wing. And we had a change up front, sorry. Pablo was dropped for Wilson. So we had Tati and Wilson up front, which I was quite happy about. Nothing against Pablo. I just wanted to see Pablo, Tati and Wilson together. Tati had a very fucking good game today as well. We'll go through. We'll do the player ratings in a bit. We'll give them all, I haven't got the graphic, but we'll go through. We'll give them all scores. I think they deserve it. That was a good fucking reaction today. So yes, I weren't overly happy with aspects of the starting lineup. Still thought we was going to win. I still thought we was going to win because Burnley, I watched them against Sunderland and they've checked out. They're shit anyway, but they've checked out as well. So I thought we was going to win, but it was still a bit of it's one of them games where we was expected to win. We had to win. If you win, you don't go up. It kind of feels a little bit thankless, but it wasn't, was it? It meant everything because now we're 3 points away from Forest. This is going to be a marathon and not a sprint. It's really frustrating. I was suffering last night when I was watching that Leeds and Forest game because I'd got it into my head that Leeds were the team that the only ones that we could catch. So I was desperate for Forest to get one over on Leeds. Nothing against Leeds, but they're the ones that I thought that we could catch. And they were fucking brilliant. And they put 3 past Nottingham Forest. And I'm just sitting there thinking, oh, mate, this ain't great. Because the bad news is that Forest have got Wolves midweek. I think they're at home as well, which isn't great. It's not great, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter. If we keep playing like this, 4 wins in 5, there's 13 games left. That's 39 points. Is that right? I think it is. Yeah, there's a lot of points to play for anyway. There's a lot of points to play for. 13 games left, 39 points. We keep playing like that, we're going to survive. We just are. We're not going to be able to win every game, but we didn't last week, so it was all about how we reacted. And I was concerned about how damaging the way that we lost to Chelsea would be to our players. I thought, is it going to... Because that was a kick in the bollocks, wasn't it? I mean, I'm still not completely over it. I'm not. And they looked very serious when they was in the tunnel sort of coming out. There was no sort of laughing and joking. It was very much, get about your business. And they did that. The first half performance was really solid. It weren't anywhere near as good as a Chelsea game, but Burnley was sitting very, very deep. They were sitting deep. It was a little bit harder, funny enough, to get behind them than it was to get behind Chelsea for us. And I thought we did the job well, particularly in the first half. Tati up front was really good, I thought. I think he works well with Wilson, even though Wilson didn't have the best game, weirdly enough. Wilson didn't have his best game, but I think because of Wilson's kind of intelligent movement and the things that he does, he doesn't just run around like a headless chicken and tread on people's toes. I think Tati flourished because of that as well. He was brilliant today. I think Tati was the better of the 2 forwards. Absolutely, he was fantastic. But no, we got our first goal from it was a breakaway goal. So Fernandes picks the ball up. Sort of charges through the middle of the pitch, which was something that in the 10 Paqueta wasn't really capable of. He wasn't really a ball carrier, was he? Not really. But one thing that I thought that Fernandes really wasn't was that great with his final ball. Well, that was bollocks, wasn't it? Because he's charged through, running at speed. He's got Jimmy on the left on the overlap, and he has weighted the most beautiful fucking pass into Jimmy's stride. Jimmy's just got there, dinked it over the keeper. 1-0. Bosh. 1-0. It's all going to plan. And then there was a few other chances as well, but then a little bit later on, you had... there actually wasn't. I'm talking crap. Because by the time that we scored, we'd had 2 chances, 2 on target, and scored 2 goals. So that we was very, very efficient with what we was doing. When we got the ball, we was good with what we was doing. But yeah, ultimately, Jimmy was involved again. So you had Fernandes with a bit of a loose pass to Jimmy. Jimmy made a shit pass good. He kind of cut back, flicked it out to Diouf on the overlap, who whipped in the most ridiculous fucking cross. Ridiculous cross, which was met with the most ridiculous header from Tati. That was a beautiful header. That was like fucking Andy Carroll-esque. That was like a 1980s centre back header. It was beautiful. The technique, the way he met it, his timing, fucking the angle on the ball. It was absolutely brilliant. A brilliant header, and he's got his goal now in the Premier League. He is off the mark. Very important, because I don't care what anyone says. We can't have strikers that don't score. We can't. You can't have 2 strikers that cost £50 million that don't score goals. So it's important they do score. It's great that Bowen's scoring. It's great that Jimmy's scoring, but we need our forwards to score. He's off the mark, and he's looking really good as well. I don't think he's a world beater. I wouldn't say I think Tati's kind of West Ham level, and that isn't sort of me being detrimental. I'm looking at Tati, and I think he's just a really good pick for us. He fits our team. He fits what the fans love because he runs his fucking arse off. There is quality there as well. I liked him. I thought Fernandes was his usual brilliant self. I don't think they really bothered us too much at the back, but Axel Disasi did have a really good, solid game. So did Mavropanos. When you look at the stats on the game, I think Burnley had about 14, 15 shots, but I don't know. They must have all been from fucking distance because I don't remember sort of conceding that much pressure. But anyway, we're 2-0 up. We go in at half-time. I'm very happy. We're sitting there very anxious because we've been here before. We was here last week. I know we was playing Chelsea and not Burnley, but I'm thinking, please, no. Please don't sit back. Don't do it to me. Please don't sit back. Well, I will say this. We rode our luck because for the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes, we was on the fucking ropes. Again, we was sat back defending. I did say to my son, I said, look, this ain't Chelsea. They're going to come out of traps. If we can keep them quiet and kind of, don't concede in the first 10, 15 minutes, that'll take the wind out of their sails. And so that's what happened. They ain't going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. This is it, what we're seeing now. But they almost scored a couple of times. A couple of good reflex saves from Hermansen. A good block from Wan-Bissaka as well. Could have been different. I still don't know why. I know that Burnley are going to come out and attack, but that doesn't mean that we ain't got to. We should have been playing further forward. So I think we rode our luck again for the first 10, 15 minutes of that second half. I do. But as it turned out, we was all right. A little bit later, you had Pablo come on. Who came off? Wilson came off first of all. It weren't his best game. He came off for Potts, which was the right move. Pack out the midfield. Potts went on to have a really good game in the minutes that he had. Some really crunching tackles. You had Pablo came on in the end for Tati as well. Traore came on a little bit later. Scholes came on. He put in a couple of good tackles. It was just a good, solid performance. I wouldn't say it was anything to sort of write home about. But like I said, it was a potential banana skin for us. And it would have been the most catastrophic of banana skins, let's face it. To lose that game would have killed any hope that we had. It's still not going to be easy for us. We've still got the fact that the teams above us are still winning. Well, not all of them. Only Leeds, if we're being honest. Forest look shit. They look shit. We look better than Forest at the moment. So I know there's 3 points difference, but we look better than Forest at the minute. If there's 13 games left, they've got 13 games, we've got 13 games. Based on what we've seen for the past few games, you'd be thinking, yeah, West Ham are going to get more points than them. Palace have fallen off a cliff. They've gone to shit. They're only 6 points away from us. We've got to play Palace as well. We have to play Palace. Spurs are shit. They're shit. They're poor. Do I think they're going to get sucked into the relegation battle? Fucking hope so. That's the sort of thing dreams are made of. It really is, isn't it? If I could pick one team out of all them teams that are above us for us to switch places with on the final game of the season, it would be Spurs. It would. Do I believe it? No, I probably don't, because I think there's worse teams than them. I think there's worse teams. I think Palace are potentially worse than them at the moment, purely because of what's going on with Glasner and everything else. And I think Forest are kind of not doing very well. They're not doing very well at all, are they? I don't know how long that Marinakis will stick with Dyche. I'm surprised that he's still alive. I've got to be honest. After that game the other day, I think the late goal might have saved his life, because they've got that cheat code striker, that Italian Crisio Woodio, Luca, whatever his name is, about 6'7", perfect Dyche striker. Why he hasn't been playing, I don't know. I'm glad he ain't been. They got him from Napoli, didn't they? If he starts playing, then we might see an upturn in the way that they in them scoring goals. I don't know, because that's more of a conventional style of play that Nottingham Forest play. They put crosses into the box. They'll have a big bloke in there to aim at. I fucking hope not. But that is a route that they could take. So they do have a little bit of a cheat code player there, I think, that could probably do well for them. But no, on the whole, we've done our job. We've beat Burnley. It was a potential banana skin. It weren't as good as previous games, but that was partly due to the fact that, Burnley were fighting as well, but they were also making it very difficult for us. Playing against Chelsea, Chelsea are fucking pouring at us, attacking us, not giving us much respect, and we're exploiting them. That's what we're doing. But I think it's fine. I think it's fine. You got Palace are playing tomorrow. We've got to hope that Palace lose. That'd be good. We want to keep as many teams in and around us as possible. I know they've spent some money, Palace, but it don't really mean anything, does it? You know, we've seen that before. Sometimes it can be for the worse if you if you go out and you spend money on the wrong players. So let's just hope that they've done that. Like I said, it's nothing against any of the teams apart from Tottenham. I just want to switch place with someone. So it's got to that stage now. You know, we're getting desperate. You know, I've got nothing. I haven't got anything against Leeds. I've got nothing against Forest. I've got nothing against fucking Palace. Not really. I have got something against Tottenham. I have. I'd miss them though if they got relegated. I would. I'd miss them. But it'd be funny though, wouldn't it? Because they've been giving us shit. They've been giving us shit. Surprisingly, because they've not been great themselves, have they? No. But look, anyway, 2-0, job done. Very, very pleased. So what we'll do, for some reason, my chat's frozen up. Why is my chat frozen up? West Ham United, Colin. Thank you very much, mate. He says, happy with a win and a clean sheet. Team looks up for it. Forest has a tough run of games after Wolves. We can do this. We actually can do it. What have you said on the... I put a poll in the chat. Is it still running? Hang on. Is it still running? What we got there? So I asked a very simple question. Have a look. Get involved if you haven't already. I said, will West Ham survive? Well, it's amazing the difference that a week can make. 75% of people have voted yes. West Ham not can survive. Will West Ham survive? We are surviving. So now we've got some belief. We have. And do you know something? Whatever happens, what we all wanted was for West Ham to make this interesting, was to not fucking die. If we're going to go out on our shield. We're seeing that now. We are. It's looking like Axel Disasi is going to be a really, really astute signing as well. He's wants to get in the French squad, so he's got that. But look, at the same time, the kid ain't played. I say kid, he's a man, isn't he? He ain't played football for a year. He's been completely sidelined, ignored by Chelsea. They've been quite brutal to him. So for him to come into a club that's going to make him, he will be a first team player. He's probably going to be our best defender. Based on what I saw today, he played it very safe. He wasn't doing anything sort of mad. You know, he just didn't want to make any mistakes, and he didn't. But he's going to get better and better and better. You can see technically he's really good. He's a big brute. He's got good pace. Tell you what he did do, showing his fitness off. Right at the end of the game, he ran and had a shot, didn't he? Do you remember that? Outside the box, straight down the keeper's throat, but he made a run the full length of the pitch, had a pop, and then got back in defence again. So the fitness is definitely there. No, I think that's a good signing. More luck than judgment, I'm sure. But I'm glad he's here. I'm glad we've got him. Toddy will be back soon as well. So that's going to give Nuno a selection headache because Toddy and Mavro have been really, really good. And I like Toddy. I also like Mavro. And I like Disasi at the moment. So he's got to try and find the best combination there, really. What's happening with Hermansen and Areola, I don't know. I still would not drop Areola for Hermansen. I think that was fucking mad. If you're playing against Chelsea and Hermansen's in goal, we're conceding a shit ton of goals there. Areola has saved us from so many whoopings this year. It's not true. We've been conceding a lot of shots on our goal, and Areola has saved us. So we was playing Burnley today. You know, so I understand it. Maybe he wants us to play on the front foot. He wants us to get a goalkeeper in goal that's going to get us moving forwards. I don't know. But I don't want to be. I wouldn't want to be seeing him in goal against Man United up against fucking Mbuemo and Fernandes because he's a concede from long distance specialist. Did you see the shot in the first half where he dives out? The geezer puts it just past the post. He's nowhere near it. He's got no arms. But what he did do when it's near him, he's good. He holds the ball as well. So if it's kind of within his range, he's pretty effective. He'll stop the ball. He's quite strong. He was okay. He done a decent job. I've got nothing against him. Areola is a better shot stopper, and I feel we need someone that can keep the ball out the back of the net. When we play the better teams, certainly. And the thing is, once Toddy comes back as well, communication is key. So once Toddy comes back, you could effectively, I'm not saying dump Mavro. I think Mavro's been doing well, but you could end up with Todibo, Areola, and Disasi, which is a French backline. They can all talk to each other in French. Might make a difference. I don't know. Don't know. Can't hurt, can it? If it can't hurt. They've got to have the communication's got to be there. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go through the chat now. Let's give them all a little bit of love. Let's give them a little bit of love because I think they deserve it. Let's go. I'll put the name in there first. Let's go with Areola. What score would you give Areola? Not Areola. He weren't fucking playing. Hermansen. What would you give Hermansen for today? Now you got to think as well with Hermansen. He looked a little bit shaky when he came in, but he was he's had a nightmare start. Potter completely killed his confidence when he came in. But for me, I think he done all right. I think Hermansen did all right today. I think I would give Hermansen. I'd give him a 7. I'd give him above an average because I think he done some good stuff. He did do some good bits and pieces, and there was no calamities, you know. There's the other thing with Hermansen as well. Why I don't want him in the goal. So much in the Premier League now is down to set pieces. You stick Hermansen in the goal, and they've got someone who's capable of taking a mean fucking set piece, and they've got aerial threats in there as well. You think Slabhead's going to be in there on Tuesday. All they're going to do time after time is put the ball on top of the goalkeeper from a set piece. You can't have him in there. You can't. Can't have him in there. Yeah, we'll talk about the fans in a minute. There's some brilliant songs, loud and fucking clear on the stream that I had. You could hear everything, especially the Sullivan song, which was good to hear. Yeah, was it Cockney Boys Were on a Bender? I won't sing the rest, but yeah, it was good, really good. Sack the ball also as well. The red card protest, very effective. They showed the whole thing on. They had about 10 seconds, 15 seconds panning round. But you know what they said? They said Burnley fans showing their disgust at their board, and then the co-commentator said, no, that's West Ham fans. That's West Ham fans. Claret and blue, I suppose. You know, got to let them off. But no, very good effort today. Really loud. The fans were brilliant. What a day they've had. Right, so let's go for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. What would you give Aaron Wan-Bissaka for today? Again, I think I'd probably go 7. I don't think he really did. His game wasn't as good as it was against Chelsea. I didn't think, but he was still very good. Nobody could get past him. You know, I think a 7 for me for Mavro today. What are you all giving him? Let's wait for that to refresh. For Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Why is the chat so slow? Here they come. My God. Right, here we go. So we've got Matt Harrison says 8. Ian says 7. Stuart says 7. We've got Gary Miller says 9. Fucking hell. 9? Rusty Nutbag says 8. Great name. Paul Sullivan says 7. Red Stopman says 7. It's a lot of 7s. Yeah, Lawrence was on the same stream as me, obviously. He said Burnley first. Fucking idiot. Honestly. 7, 7, 8. Right, okay, let's go over to the other side. Diouf. What a cross. And he was good defensively today. He wasn't up against fucking Neto and people like that, was he? He was good defensively. Didn't do anything wrong. And he was supplementing the attack on the left-hand side, as we saw with the wonderful assist for the second goal. So, El Hadji Malik Diouf. What would you be giving Diouf? Yardy, you're being a maverick. We ain't on Mavro yet. So, El Hadji Malik Diouf. There we go. There we go. So, Stuart Miller says 7. So, 7, 7. We've got 8, 7. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. It's a little bit of me eating humble pie as well, because I had a bit of a moan that he was even starting. Purely because I just didn't want to concede, and I thought he was terrible against Chelsea. I'm going to give him an 8, because that was a delicious set piece. Not set piece, cross into the box. It was wonderful. Right, our new player, Dizazi. What would you give Dizazi for his first game, his debut for West Ham? Now, I think, all things considered, he hasn't played since April. Hasn't played since April. He's only trained with us for was not even a full week, is it? I don't think. I think he did really well. I think he did. I think he did. He did really well. No mistakes whatsoever. I mean, there's a lot of people here that are going, where are we? So you got Stuart Miller says 8s. I'm inclined to agree with you, and it's a circumstantial thing as well. You know, normally next game I'll have higher standards, but because it was his first game for us, there was no mistakes whatsoever. Really solid. His fitness looks good. You know, there's no problems with his fitness. I thought he won a couple of headers in the air. Mavro was just imperious, so he was fucking winning everything. Yeah, so there's a lot of 8s, 9s as well. From Steve Harverson, there's a lot of love in there. Stevie Disciple says 6. Got a high standard, Steve. Sparksy says 6 as well. Axel 7 from Happy. I'm gonna go for an 8. I am. Probably wasn't an 8 performance. Well, it wasn't an 8 performance, but like I said, I'm giving him an 8 purely because of the circumstances. He ain't played since April. That was fucking impressive today. You know, he didn't look rusty. So I'm giving him an 8. Right, move on to Mavro. What we saying about Mavro, people? Mavropanos, the Greek god. He was dominating today. He was really good. Some brilliant blocks, couple of good tackles. Just won everything in the air. Everything. You know, I think he's really, really flourishing at the moment at the back. It will almost be a shame if he comes out. English Yardie says Jimmy Hill. He has got some chin on him. Right, so Mavro. Here we go. Yeah, I'm in agreement. I'm going to go 9 on him, definitely. We've got 8s. We've got 9 from Stuart Miller. Green badge. Terry McGinty says 7. Mavro 8. I'm gonna go a 9. I think he was brilliant. He was good, and he's the only bit of consistency that we've had out of that back line. Hermansen was new goalkeeper, new centre back partner. He was fucking brilliant. You know, he bossed it, absolutely bossed it, and he was vocal today, which is not something I normally attribute to Mavro. He was directing operations. I thought he was really impressive. So a 9 for Mavro. Right, moving on to West Ham World. How you doing, mate? Moving on to Souček in central midfield. Thomas Souček. Now, look, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go for the average in the chat. I'm not being horrible. I didn't notice him very much, Souček, today. I thought we needed the extra body in midfield, put it that way. I think Fernandes was struggling. I don't know. I don't know. Nick, 10 out of 10 as always. Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you very much. No donkeys for Nick. Have to bring them back next season when we're at the relegation zone. Yeah, Tommy, what do you think for Souček? Where are we? So Tati, let's start here. Happy Hammerette says 6. Stevie says 5. Benny Boyd says 6. 7 from Ian. 8 from Simi. 5 from West Ham World. Joe the Hammer says 6. Rusty Nutbag says 7. Dean says 6. There's a lot of 6s. Yeah, if we hadn't a 1, I think I'd have been going 5 because I don't think he affected the game in any way, shape, or form at all. I don't remember him doing anything in the game. I remember at one block late on in the second half that he made. I can't remember much else. So I think a 6 is fine. Fernandes. Let's move on to Fernandes. Let me know your thoughts on him. So we're going to carry on with him. Daz likes Souček. So we've got Steve Harverson says 7. So we're on Fernandes now, people. Get your scores in. I'm still putting the scores up for Souček. Just taking forever for these comments to come through. I don't know why. It's annoying. Let that refresh. What is going on with it? Here we go. Right. They'll spit through at the same time. Sturgenio, he says 8. Lawrence, he says 8 for Fernandez as well. Rob just says yes, people. He's not playing. What's your score for Fernandez, Rob? So we've got West Ham World says 9. Zinksy says 9. Glenn Pearson says 8. Zinksy thought he'd vote again. Fuck me, Zinksy. You voted 3 times, mate. 4 times. So we got Charlie Boy says 10. 5. Zinksy. I'm going to give him a 6 if you carry on, mate. Honestly, I will. I'll give him a 5. But no, I will go with Fernandez today. I'm going to go with an 8 because I've got high standards for Fernandez now. Yeah, I really have. I think he's a wonderful player, and he was brilliant today as well. But it wasn't his best performance. He wasn't the best player on the pitch. He weren't. So I'm going to give him an 8 today. Right. Moving on to Jared Bowen on the Ving. Jared Bowen on the Ving. Oh, Rob says 8. There you go. Yeah, same as me. Tony says 7. Right, here we go. He was mustard, Nick. He was. I know he was good. I didn't say he weren't. I just said it weren't his best game. It weren't, and he wasn't the best player on the pitch for us this time, which ain't a bad thing. There was someone else who was the best player on the pitch. Bowen, people. What are your scores for Bowen? Here we go. Right. So Lawrence says 8. 7, solid. 5, Count Dooku. 7. I'd have been going average for him. I don't think he had it. I've got a high bar for Bowen as well. Yeah, I don't think he had a great game. His effort's always there. He was brilliant in terms of his effort levels and running. But I don't know. You know, there was a few things that he did that annoyed me, where he had the chance at 2-0 to flash the ball across with his right foot. Shit cross. Should have been 3-0. Some things weren't quite on it, you know, the end products. But I tell you what, I shall bow to peer pressure. I'm going to give him a 7. Nick, you can keep one. Fernandez or Pax? Fernandez. Paqueta's gone now. Paqueta's gone. No, Fernandez. You know, once they're gone, they're gone. As far as I'm concerned. I don't hate Paqueta, but Fernandez is our player now, so no, I wouldn't swap him either. Fernandez is a brilliant player. So Bowen 7. Going to get a 7. Right, now let's move on to Jimmy on the Ving. He scored in every one of our last 5 games. The last time that happened was Jesse Lingard. He was fucking brilliant. And he has been brilliant for 5 games. He is one of the main reasons we've been going on this run. Fernandez has been good, but it's been Jimmy that has been the difference maker. He has been terrorising defences. Without Jimmy, Fernandez ain't got no one to pass to. Jimmy is the one that is making the fucking difference in this team. He has come to life. I don't know what's happened, but he was out of this fucking world. And I ain't got a clue how much he's going to be worth now, because if Mohamed Kudus is worth 50 million, this player that we're watching now and that we've been watching for the last 5 games, well, I'm sorry. He's better than fucking Mo. He's a ridiculous player. Gets back, gets stuck in, defends as well. But the way he carries the ball, you know, you've got to foul him. You have to foul him. So for me, I'm going to give him a 10. He scored a goal. He was involved in the second one because he made a bad ball good. You know, when Fernandez's short pass, cut him back, flipping it out to Diouf before it gets whipped in. He got a pre-assist. I thought Jimmy was brilliant. He should have scored another goal as well with a lovely run to the back post, but Bowen didn't find him. He was outstanding. That's a 10 for me. A 10 all day long. Right, so where are we? Let's go. What is that? You've all jumped on this one. Right, so let's start here. 9.5. We don't do decimals on Claret and Boost. We don't. Right. Don't sit on the fence with your scores. Red Stopper says 9. Lawrence says 9. Rusty Nutbag says 8. Everyone's an 8, Rusty Nutbag. Green Badge says 9. Shane, how you doing, mate? He says 9 as well. Randy, 8. Fucking 8. Randy, you've got some serious high standards, mate. Deborah Harvey says 9. Bowen was a 5. Bang average from him. He weren't his best today, but his effort was still there. Somerville 10. I wouldn't argue with that. Gary Millen's breaking the rules as well. 9.5. 9 or 10. You have to choose. Stevie says 8. Count Dooku says 8.5. You fucking all drive me mad with your decimals. Somerville 9, but close to a 10. Yes, he was. Iron Robin 10. I almost said Doles and Dicks. Doles and Kicks 10. John McCarthy 9. I'll accept that decimal. 10.5. And I'll accept this one as well. He was fucking brilliant today. He really was. He was superb. My God, look. Jimmy on the ving. 10. We've got loads. Jimmy as well. Happy Hammerette. You stood by your man, Jimmy, ain't you? The whole way through when I was calling him Ben Rama. No end product. Shit. You stood by him. Where else? What else we got? Right, Jimmy, 10. Do you know what? I don't know what's happened with him, because if you remember, when he was snatching at chances, I was starting to question whether or not he's just too fucking fast, because he runs at such a pace. You're thinking maybe he's just too quick, you know. But it seems like what he's doing now is he's slowing himself down at the right point. His passing's getting better. His final ball. He's just a fucking brilliant player. I think he's amazing. Old Jimmy on the ving. Right, now on to let's go to Pablo. No, we won't do Pablo. No Pablo. We're only doing starting players, by the way, as well. Let's do Tatty. What were your thoughts on Tatty today? That, for me, was Tatty's best performance. I thought that was Tatty's best performance. It felt like he landed today. I've been questioning his quality and I have. But today, what I saw was really encouraging. Yes, I know, again, it's against Burnley, but I thought Tatty was fantastic. I thought his link-up play was brilliant. I thought the runs he made was intelligent. The header was fucking superb. Absolutely superb. So, Tatty, for me today, was a great header, wasn't it? I don't know. A lot of you are saying 8. I think I'll go with that as well. It weren't quite a 9, was it? There's a lot of people that are saying there are some 9s in there. Not Pablo. Green Badge says 8. Tatty 9. Tatty 8. Tatty 9. I'm going to go for an 8. Right, the last one. Close this down before we talk about Nuno. We're not going to go through the subs because we'll be here all fucking day. Let's talk about Wilson. What would your scores be for Wilson? I thought Wilson didn't have his best game today. I'm going to give him an average game because I don't think he did anything wrong. I just don't think he was... I thought he helped Tatty, like I said to you, because Tatty had a more intelligent striker up there with him that wasn't treading on his toes, that was making intelligent runs and was dragging defenders away, giving Tatty space. I think it really, really helped having... I thought that was a good partnership, but Tatty benefited more than Wilson, if that made sense, because Tatty's got more pace. So the work that Wilson does, I think that Tatty will be a beneficiary of. I think a 6. I think that's what most people are saying. Hammers Mikey says 7. Daz says 7. Shane says 6. Jay says 6. Simon says 6. Stevie Bill says 6. Carpy says 6. I think 6 is fair. Right now, let's move on to the man in question. Which is Nuno Espirito Santo. What were your thoughts today with the way that he approached the game? I'll be honest with you, it's difficult for me to say that he got it right because I think we could have made a few other changes. I think if Areola's in goal, we win. You know, I think he did all right. I was a little bit pissed off with the way that we approached the second half again. I don't know what happens at half time. I haven't got a clue. We woke up as the game went on, but for whatever reason, we come out like, I don't know. We come out like they've all been given fucking sedatives at half time, and they come out, you sit deep and you defend. I don't know why we're doing it. And I think we got away with it today because it was Burnley, but we had to suffer about 10 to 15 minutes. We had to suffer about 10 to 15 minutes of them pouring all over us. Couple of good saves. I think because it was an important win, I wouldn't go any higher than a 7. Should be more than that. It should be, because we've now won 4 in 5. And even though he's made the mistakes that he's made, we've won 4 in 5. We're pushing up. But he's got to make a few more tweaks. He's got to sort that half-time thing out. We're going to get fucked again at some point this season. We've got to come out firing out the blocks the same way that we do at the start of the game. After half-time, I don't know why he just can't do it. Like I said, I don't know what happens. His team talks at half-time can't be very fucking inspirational. That's all I will say. But I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a 7. Also, he did make a good decision as well on Kilman not being in the team. And, speaking about Kilman, I said the other day, I don't think that Kilman can play for us again. And it isn't because it ain't even about his level now. I just feel a little bit sorry for the guy now. I think he is shot to fucking pieces. We even had our assistant coach having a row with Nuno about bringing him on when Kilman stood there. The guy's confidence has got to have been eviscerated. Gone. I don't think he can play for West Ham anymore, Kilman. We've got to sell him. We've got to get rid of him by any means necessary. The fans have lost all faith in him. His teammates probably have as well, because a lot of the issues. I think he needs a fresh start, and I don't have any bad feeling towards him. I don't. He's not my favourite player. He's not. I don't think he's a very good defender. I don't think he's as bad as what he's become at West Ham, though. When he first came in, I don't think he weren't this bad. He's got worse over time as time's gone on. So I think he done the right thing in dropping him. I was worried that he was going to play Kilman, but obviously, he's turned up. He's turned up in training this week. Right, okay, so let's close that down. Right, so, people, right now, what I want you to do is give me your best scenario for the upcoming running. So the running for the season. If you could pick one team. Well, first of all, let's make it realistic. Can we catch Forest? Do you think that we can catch Forest? Because I do, and I weren't feeling like that, but I've been convinced. I think it was by Adam, who's been. I think he's almost convinced now that we're catching Forest. I mean, that'd be a smack in the mouth for their fans, wouldn't it? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Nuno fan, but the fact that they've switched, we've picked up Nuno, and they could end up dropping out of the league will be a massive kick in the fucking teeth to Marinakis. It really would be. West Ham World says, really enjoying Somerville's form. We've needed a player like Jimmy for a long time. It reminds me, yeah, he does, doesn't he? And do you know the other thing as well, and it is really important, and I do think this is important, especially at West Ham, because we're big on body language. We are. When we get these moody players in, we tend to not really kind of, Mohamed Kudus was a moody fucker. He can't help it. It's just his demeanour. It's the way that he is. But Jimmy's happy. He smiles. He's fucking positive. He's buzzy. He gets everyone going. So I think Jimmy's fucking brilliant. He's a breath of fresh air, and he's exactly what we need. And he's positive on the ball. He picks that ball up. He's fucking going, mate. He's going. Yes, Kilman is probably a lovely bloke, but unfortunately he can't defend. This is true, but he ain't as bad as what he's showing now. I don't think he is. I think his time at West Ham has just come and gone. We've got to get rid of him now. It ain't even fucking fair to play him now. We're absolutely killing the bloke. Imagine the anxiety the geezer fucking feels. Right, so Simon says he don't think that we can catch Nottingham Forest. Dials and Dix says yes, 100%. Randy says yes. Iron Disciple says yes. People are saying Spurs. I'll tell you what'll be easier, right? We're going to survive. Who do you think it will be? Tell me now. So we've got Forest, we've got Leeds, we've got Palace, we've got Tottenham. Who do you think, if it comes down to the final day? Trouble is, you can't answer this question without you saying who you want it to be. You can't. But who do you think it could be? See, for me, I'll tell you what, pick two teams. We're going to survive, but it's out of two fucking teams that are going to go down. I'm going to go Forest as one of them. Forest are going to be there. I'm going to pick Spurs. I'm going to go Forest and Spurs. I think Leeds and Palace will pull clear. I think Palace will somehow get enough. I can't see Glasner getting the team relegated. I think he's too good. I think when he has to, he'll get them motivated and they'll do what they need to do. I can't. I can't see them going. But Tottenham, I think Tottenham are in serious shit. I really do. They're playing awful football as well. They're not attacking. Thomas Frankie's not attacking for anyone. He just ain't doing it. They've got serious injury problems at that club. They've got loads of players out, and as soon as someone comes back, another player gets injured. If they're not injured, they're getting fucking sent off like they were today. I think we could suck them into this fucking relegation, like properly into the relegation battle. When I say properly, I mean within a point of Tottenham in the last few games. Imagine that, because their running ain't bad. No, as in the last few games, and Leeds is very, very winnable, very winnable. So yeah, I do genuinely think it could be, if we stay up, it's going to be either Forest now or Tottenham. I'm excluding Palace and Leeds. Based on fuck all, apart from probably what I want. I want it to be Tottenham. I really want it to be Tottenham. I can't help it. But right, let's see what you're all saying. Right, so starting up here we go. Chris Bibby says Spuds or Palace. Dan says Palace. Jay says we finish above Spurs and Palace. Spuds in 18th. I mean, that's saucy, that is, mate. That really is. Terry McGinty says, I think it will be Forest, but I want it to be Spurs. Same here. Mr. Joda Hammer says Palace. Do you think Palace now? I can't see it. I think Glasner will get his head together there when he has to. I don't think he's going to have a fucking relegation on ECV, mate. I think he'll sort that out. Frankie says need Brighton to space. Yeah. Well, that's that weird derby between them, isn't it? They've got a weird derby. So based on I don't know, Brighton ain't been doing that well, but hopefully they beat them. They pump them tomorrow. We need to have as many people within reach of us just to keep our fucking morale up more than anything else. We want this to go on for as long as possible. Jamie B says Palace. Rob J. Nathan says Palace and Spurs. So you're tipping Leeds and Nottingham Forest and West Ham, the three teams in 18th, 17th, what is it? 18th, 17th and 16th. You're tipping us to get out of it. Could happen. I mean, Burnley are gone, aren't they? They're definitely gone. Ralph, he says Forest or Palace. You basically picked all the teams there, mate. All right, -1. You've just excluded Leeds. If you're going to play properly, Jonas. All right. Renza Cat says Palace or Forest. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying the same thing, Palace or Forest. So you lot are thinking Palace. Statistically, Palace or Spuds. This is true as well. Although statistically, I don't think Forest have been very good. I don't think they've been very good of late. They have picked up some wins. They got the one against us that they didn't fucking deserve. They have picked up some wins, but yes, they have been bad. I think weren't we 15 or 16 points away from both teams a few weeks ago? And now it's 6 points. It's fucking, we're coming. We are. Honestly. Right. So we've got, sorry if I'm missing, I'm trying to include everyone in this, but it's jumping about all over the place. Spurs and Nottingham Forest, says Shane. I mean, because Steve, you've just mentioned Kingy there. I haven't even seen Kingy in the chat. I don't know where his comment is. Hang on. Chills says Spurs are in free fall. They are, mate. Chills, are you a Palace fan? Not a Palace. Are you a Forest fan? How are you feeling at the moment? If you are a Forest fan, are you Dyche in or Dyche out? Do you think Dyche is the man? I don't think Dyche gets too many more games under Marinakis. I reckon maybe one. If you don't win against Wolves midweek, he's fucking gone, mate. He'll be gone. He'll be lobbed off a flyover somewhere. With that fucking gangster geezer you've got in charge. Oh, here he is. Kingy, how you doing, mate? How you doing? Spurs and Forest. Tottenham and Leeds. That sounds like it's something that you desire, though. You would like it to be Tottenham and Leeds, wouldn't you? I haven't actually got the same issue of Leeds that a lot of West Ham fans have. I don't know why. But there's a lot of people that have got beef with Leeds, isn't there? Vinay says Wolves, Burnley, and not West Ham. They go down. Wolves, Burnley, and not West Ham. Well, that's what we want, obviously. But who's the other team? Who's the other team that's gonna go in there? Right. Look, that is. Let's have a little look. I've got a couple of super chats here. Lawrence, you're an absolute gentleman, mate. Thank you very, very much. The Great Escape Part 2. Come on, you irons. I will bring back the music for the next game. If we beat Man United, we'll be starting that one with a song, because that will be official then. Once we win a game that you wouldn't expect us to win, that's when you know. That's when you know that we're going to survive. We still might anyway, but we need to show something a little bit different. It would have been fucking Chelsea last week. If we'd have beat them the way that we was playing and pumped them, I was believing. At half-time, I'm thinking there is no fucking way we're going down. We're too good. We mean it. We need a result like that. We need a result. Like a Chelsea, like a Man U, a game that you wouldn't necessarily expect us to win. We need to win one of them fucking games. We've got to. Other people have done it. Leeds have done it. They got fucking... They had that... when they played Liverpool, Man City, and Man United, I think it was, in 7 days, and they got 4 points out of it. We need to be doing something like that. We've got to overperform now. Just what we need to do. Brian Flowers, thank you very much, mate. He says, bring in my BS out banner from the US on Tuesday for Man United. First time in London. Been waiting 20 years for this. Mate, you've picked a brilliant game. Honestly, I hope you have a brilliant time as well. Be very careful with the banners. My brother's band. Don't suppose it's going to really bother you too much, as this is the first time that you've been to London, and if they ban you, it probably ain't going to bother you. But I think there is. I don't know what the dimensions are that you're allowed in terms of banners. But my brother got a fucking massive one in. My brother was used as a mule. They stuffed a big banner under his coat, and they've got him on CCTV. But they've completely fucked him over. You know, I think he thought he had a free game ban, and it turns out it's not. It was 10 games, but he's got 4 season tickets, so all of them are banned because they're linked to his account. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful, because these people are bastards, and anything that they deem anti-bald, which is be funny if we sing that song. I would love at home for West Ham to sing that song that was sung at the away game today. Cockney boys, we're on a bender. Doobity-doo-doo-be-doo-be-doo-doo. Right, Fortune Side and Down Under, thank you very much, mate. He says, I always love waking up for your dulcet tones. Let's stay up. Are you feeling it now, Kingy? Do you think we're going to do it? I'm like, do you know something? I'm on an emotional roller coaster before I go, because yeah, I'm on an emotional roller coaster because earlier in the week, as you saw, you know, I'm being really positive, and you know, and I was feeling that way. We just signed Dizazi. I'm thinking, do you know what? You know, at least the boys are showing some fight. Let's get behind them. But as it gets closer to the weekend, the anxiety fucking sets in. And then I watched that Forest and Leeds game, and I hit rock bottom last night after watching that. I didn't make any videos or do any posts, spread how I was feeling, but I was thinking, oh no, we're done. Like Leeds won, because I'd convinced myself that we was the only way that we could fucking get out of this is if we catch Leeds. Leeds absolutely pumped Forest. So I'm sitting there thinking, oh shit. But then today we play like that, we get a win. So it's going to be like this the whole way through. I'll tell you one thing, I'm loving the fight from the boys, and I'm loving the fact that we're keeping this going, but I'm not enjoying this relegation battle one fucking bit. I'm not. The whole thing, especially the way the games are spread out now, is cruel. So you've got games on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes fucking Monday. So you don't know what's going on. You might have your game on a Friday night, but you don't know whether it's even going to mean anything, because the subsequent games are going to follow the next day. So the agony stretches out over a whole fucking weekend. I'd rather it be everyone Saturday, 3 o'clock, like it used to be. And then you just know where you stand. Once the game's finished, you check your phone. You see what all the other results are. And then you can fucking either celebrate or just get over it. But this is all like stretched out over ages now, isn't it? Yeah. So look, anyway, thank you everyone for watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please drop a like on the video. That isn't a love heart. You have to come out of the live chat, click the thumbs up button, and I'll be back tomorrow night. Should have a special guest tomorrow night. Should have. I will. I'll be on anyway. But for the Sunday night show, we should have a special guest for you. So look, thanks everyone in the chat. I really enjoyed tonight. Brilliant win from West Ham. It was. We just needed the fucking points. 2 brilliant goals from Jimmy and Tati. Good to have Tati off the mark. Good to have Dizazi have a really good solid fucking debut as well. Yeah, momentum. 4 wins in 5. Tottenham and Palace sinking like a fucking stone. Forest looks shit. Yeah, Leeds are all right. But I think we're the informed team. We are. Anyway, look, that's it from me. I'll speak to you all soon. Come on, you irons.